Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Monday. Uh, what month is it? Gosh, it's Monday, March 4th, 2024. It's 8:08 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. Well, I definitely wanted to get something out today because it's been quite a day. So BitcoinDelayView.com has always got more for you there. Definitely watching the hourly chart here, and I think we might be getting to see a little bit of the beginning of a cool off for Bitcoin pumping, and that's fine because the retrace is a great spot to get those confirmed uptrends once it turns around, or short if that's your thing. One thing to note, I am seeing a massive amount of shorts get wrecked right now because people have really been trying to short this thing to catch that retrace, which just basically has refused to happen. We're in Lambo land, so don't think anything is certain until we really see a retrace start and then a confirmed uptrend start. Really, Bitcoin and the alts are very, very extended right now. They may continue, but regardless, play it safe with that leverage if you're trading that way right now. Looking at Binance, where the big money is for longs and shorts. Longs 53%, shorts 46%. So still have quite the long bias out there. Looking at the top big exchanges, like the top 20 exchanges here, volume on all of them is just cruising along, starting to see a little bit of a turnaround. Maybe we'll see spot trading volume slow, but so far it's still pretty darn strong. Looking at live Bitcoin charts, it's having a hard time loading. Got Bitcoin coming in at 68,022. Looking at some of the top 100, they're insane. Let's see, Sats is a neat coin. It's up like 15%. Pepe is up 20%. If this is correct, I think Shiba Inu is actually up like over 90% today. Dogecoin up 24%. That's wonderful. So the dog coin's doing really, really well. Bonk is a good one. That one's up 19%. We're just seeing some extraordinary things. Right now, the market is so pumping right now. If you're not in, just chill. You'll be okay. We're going to see a little bit of a retrace at some point, and that'll be a good spot to get in if you are a longer, if you basically buy spot and ride it up and then sell it, which is probably what most people do, in truth. Looking at gold, let's look at the top left-hand corner here. Dollar strength index today didn't do much. Crude didn't do much, slight down today. Yesterday, gold was insane here, top left. It's beginning to on the new daily candle. These are all daily candles. Gold starting to maybe turn around. We'll see what happens. Silver back above the 200 moving average on the daily chart. Really powerful. Maybe this new candle, which just started, this new daily candle, might be showing a bit of a retrace. We'll see. But gold and silver have been exceptionally amazing. Dollar strength index sideways, and crude oil slightly losing momentum upwards. Looking at Bitcoin here in the 45-minute chart, as you can see, if we hop in here, you can definitely see it's just a rocket ship to Pluto. If you're in, you're probably happy. If you were not in, I was not in as much as I would have liked to swing in, because I was thinking, back when it was kind of sideways, so that we were losing momentum, we might see a retrace, and well, we didn't. We took off. So believe me, if you didn't quite get in, I'm not as in as I would like to be. But anyway, we're beginning to possibly see a bit of a retrace here. Let's look at the indicators here in the 45-minute chart. I know it's immediate price action, but still, the directional index is beginning to slow a little bit. That's quite a run. ADX is trending down, directional index is trending down, and we've had recent volume, but none very, very recently. So let's see what happens. Looking at that's a 45-minute chart. Looking at a 15-minute chart, how are we looking here? Sorry if you can't see this very well. I'm using a laptop here, so I know the graphics are not as nice as when I'm on my big mega computer. Yeah, 15-minute chart, begin to show a bit of a retrace. Let's see what happens. I mean, the squeeze indicator is still showing kind of positive, but it's kind of starting to lose a little bit of momentum, maybe. Directional index is trending down back in the red. ADX is trending down. Let's just see what happens. Right now, like I say, we're in Lambo land. I must admit, I have a couple longs that I got in, but in general, I'm sort of just, at this point, I have all those in trailing take profits, and I'll just, they'll just hit when they hit. They're all in the green. They'll all close in the green. I'm really happy with that. With this massive extended market right now, like I say, if you're not in, just chill. You're going to get a retrace at some point and be able to. And also, what I'm going to try to do tonight while I'm chilling here on the couch is I'm going to find some coins for tomorrow morning that are not so extended, because definitely within the top 100 alts and some other ones that I'm looking at, we're going to find some coins that are going to start to take off. So, I mean, some have already run a little bit to kind of retrace, but some are just getting ready to take off that are in much better spots to actually get in. So don't fret. We're in this together, and we'll find some good entries if you're not already in. Looking at SHIB versus USDT, it's insane. It's looking wonderful. I think if the gains were amazing, we'll see what happens. This guy is going to have to retrace at some point. One of the things I'll probably be doing like tomorrow morning is maybe doing some like fib retracements and seeing like where these guys might bounce. But really, I'm kind of waiting for them to actually turn around, like begin to retrace a bit before I even bother with that. Doge is looking great, beautiful. Bonk's one that I've been watching, beginning to get sideways. This one here, this is what I kind of like to see here. What I'm sort of watching for. You had this beautiful run up here on Bonk, which is like beautiful, beautiful. Then you lost. You didn't get a higher high. And so now you can see the directional index here on the 45 is beginning to, I'm sorry, the squeeze indicator is beginning to go down. Directional index is going down, ADX is going down, and the big volume spike that it has is beginning to wane. So this is kind of what I want to see, is something like this, like on Bonk. And if I was to, let's say, let me clear this thing out. You could do your Fibonacci sequence from a lot of different spots. I'm just going to try it. I'm going to be a little bit exploratory here. Let's try a Fib sequence right here. Okay. That doesn't look too bad of a Fib retrace. I think that kind of fits in some ways. You could play that. Watch where this comes down. It wouldn't surprise me if it bounced off the .5 at 33281 sats. That's 33281 sats. That could be a spot that it actually bounces. Or you know what? Take this fib all the way down to when it started running back there, and you can see you're kind of above the 236. You're kind of this actually is pretty sticky. This actually fits really well doing the fib like this. And so I'm going to watch for like a 382 bounce, a .5 bounce, or maybe even like come back to where you had some real volume right here is a 618. And with a chart like this, you can even get rather creative. And if I still have it, do I still have it? Yeah, I do. This is a great indicator. Yeah. Is you can see this is like volume. And you can see where like sometimes things tend to find that these big volume spikes as kind of a natural magnet. They tend to get pulled there. And so it wouldn't surprise me if Bonk, that was doing so well, finds a retrace right there on this to the 618 golden pocket, which is also where the 200 moving average is on the 45-minute chart. So wouldn't surprise me. So I'm going to keep watching Bonk, and I'll look at some others like SHIB and Doge and Bitcoin tomorrow. I'll just wait till they actually begin to show some, a bit of a propensity for a retrace before I bother doing that. Pepe is looking wonderful. Definitely took a dip, but it made another higher high. I think Pepe is beginning to slow a little bit also here. Like I say, I'm not going to spend too much time on these right now. I'll look at these closer tomorrow morning. I'll also try to find some coins tonight and tomorrow morning that are actually in a really good spot. Because really where you want to get in is, like, let's say a 45-minute chart here on Bitcoin. If we look back here, what's going on here? There we go. Just took a second to draw. Is really like here on the 45-minute chart, you had this beautiful nice break above the 200 moving average, and look what happened. It just took off, and that's just a beautiful thing. So definitely, I kind of got a little bit shaky back here, and I hopped out. This with some of my swing trade. I swing some in and out of Bitcoin, and definitely, I wish I just stayed in. I thought we were going to see a retrace, but we didn't. We broke to the positive. So anyway, this is a wonderful time. I do have a little marker here at like, let's see, where is it at? Yeah, by Bitcoin. Where is this at? This is you're right around like 65,500. I have a little alert to kind of evaluate things. And I think we might even, if things really got crazy, I could see a move back down to 57,500. I know that's crazy, but maybe even a wick. I have a buy down there And I also have a slight little buy down here at right around 6,500, 500. So anyway, we'll see what happens. You could just for fun, since we're all hanging out here, I am going to, let's do a fib sequence. And sorry, I've got so much mess here. Let me clean this up. There we go. Boom. I'm just going to make it so you can see nice and clearly. I'll do a fib sequence back here when we started to run to where we're at. And let's just see, you know what? Something that really comes into play is the 382 fib right around 61,785. The 618 is very powerful. So I should say the 382 is very powerful. The 618 is very powerful. And if we were to actually pull in, let's see, where is it at? Oh, I can't find it now. Let me do this. Open that up. This is actually called the VRVP. It's a cool indicator. It's on TradingView. Oh, and we can see, like, yeah, so much volume was happening right in that 382, around 61,785. So, and that's where the 200 moving average is right now on the 45-minute chart. So, definitely, I think if we begin to retrace, that'd be a strong spot, that 382. So I will not belabor all this. I'm going to get to doing some other things, and I'll do my best to get on in the morning before I got to run off to work and share some good charts, find some new things that are setting up, and find some things that have been running that are at a good Fibonacci, retrace bounce spot. But very curious how Bitcoin, the 382 right there at 61,785 is right there on the 200 moving average. That's wonderful. And the 314 moving average that I like as well is right down there in the golden pocket around 57,661. I do have, so I don't know. I do have these little dashed lines you see. Those are actually limit orders that I've got set. So I have an alert there. So right there, that 618 golden pocket, 57,500. I have a limit. And for some reason, this is not showing me. Yeah, 65,451. I have a limit. Just little buys. Because I do think we're probably going to see a continuation, but we might see a retrace. You never know. You might catch a badass wick. Anyway, not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, but we've seen some fun stuff. I thought I'd throw this out here for a little bit of news. I always put these at the end, the news, so if you could care less, you can just be done watching. But FINTRAC, because of some kind of a cyber incident, was offline today, temporarily unavailable. I haven't checked recently, but it was not available all day. And that's insane. So FINTRAC it's like Canada's IRS has a department called FINTRAC, which is huge, which is like fraud. And like institutions, banks and stuff and credit unions, like in an automated way will send their like what they think is fraud or what rings bells to like FINTRAC, I believe. And then we have the same thing here in the US, but anyway, for this not to be working, well, God won today. It's a good thing. I mean, but then again, I'm a person that doesn't believe any of this stuff is for our good. So interesting this is happening, a cyber incident, FINTRAC, that's a massive part of the banking infrastructure of really the world when it comes down to it, because Canada is a big player, and for FINTRAC to be down, very, very interesting. That's going to back up a lot of banks that can't do proper reporting to FINTRAC, and I think I saw some fallout from that today in the news. It wasn't really covered very much, but the people who did cover it, it's just interesting. It's amazing how this is just sort of like kept quiet. It's a cyber incident. FINTRAC's a big deal. That's just nuts. There's an incident like this. I don't know. Overall, not being a statist, being a person who's kind of a, who doesn't think that the government's here to help us, I would just say, hey, look, God won today. It was a good thing. But anyway, sorry for those who are suffering trying to fix this, but you should find a more ethical line of work anyway. So take care, everybody. We'll definitely find some good setups. This is great. I'll just mention, if you're not in right now, if you're finding it hard to find a good spot to get in on things that are running, I look at it like hunting. First day of hunting, when season opens, sometimes you hear pew, 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 off in the distance. And you can go, oh man, like somebody already got, the deer I was looking for. But the truth is, no, it just shows that there's an abundance, really. This is an abundance of trading opportunities. And this is just getting started. And this is wonderful. So, 2024, definitely a Lambo year for everybody. Take care.